Like I said before, they create so many different problems out on the floor. So much firepower that we always have to play great in order to win. So, we have to do that tomorrow night as well.
They had a 73-win team, and they added a former MVP. We added, Kyle Korver and Darren Williams. They added an MVP to a 73-win team after being up 3-1, and then KD was up 3-1. The pressure is all on them.
I don't believe it!
The most amazing, sensational, dramatic, heart-rending.
It's DA's top story.
Here he goes!
It's your cold open.
That was LeBron and Richard Jefferson talking about the lack of pressure right now on the Cavaliers. And I think that's kind of an interesting talking point. Richard Jefferson saying we've got no pressure on us. None. It's all on them. They added Kevin Durant to the offseason. We added Kyle Korver and Darren Williams. They won 73 games last year. They've got a MVP that they added to a team that was up 3-1 in the NBA Finals. All of the pressure's on them. And that serves two purposes. Richard Jefferson's been around the block long enough to know what that serves. And that is, number one, allow the Cavaliers to play fast and loose and free. Go, we've got nothing to lose here. Because maybe the idea of defending the championship after last season, maybe the idea of this kind of legacy of LeBron, maybe this idea of the trilogy going up against the Warriors, taking the rubber match, if you will, of this 3-year series, became a little too much, a little too weighty for the Cavaliers. And instead, what Richard Jefferson and I'm sure the rest of those guys in that locker room that are leaders are saying is, play fast, play loose. There's nothing to lose here. Let's just go out and ball. Because, let's face it, we have crushed the Cavaliers enough in the first 3 games of this series to where they were hearing it. I'm sure the way they lost Game 3 at home, devastating. Hearing all the naysayers, hearing people question LeBron's clutchness, hearing people crucify the rest of that team outside of LeBron and Kyrie after the first 3 games, saying they've got to blow it up, they've got to do something else, they've got to try to add pieces. I'm sure that begins weighing on how well you can do your job. So, number one, Richard Jefferson is saying to his guys, play fast, play loose, play free, because that's the only way we'll be able to win. Okay, cool. The other part of this is a mind game, hoping that it makes the Warriors tight. I don't know if that's going to work, but I think that's now them crossing their fingers, hanging their 4-leaf clovers and rabbit's feet, and hoping that maybe because the championship is on the line and they're at home and everyone's talking about them being a historically great team, make them think about that. I think the problem there is that you can't control it. And Steve Kerr's really good at making sure those guys don't get ahead of themselves and those guys don't, I think, let that type of stuff seep in. Maybe with a different coach, I'd feel differently, but I just don't think Steve Kerr is going to allow them to kind of feel this overwhelming pressure to live up to history or anything like that. Can the Cavs do it again? And look, if they shoot like they did on Friday night and they hit 24 3-pointers, yes. The odds of them doing that again are small, infinitesimally small. I don't think they're going to do it again. I think this series ends tonight. I think the NBA Finals are wrapped up. I think the Warriors win in 5 because you're just not going to get that type of shooting again from the Cavaliers. But look, if they bomb 24 3-pointers again, if they score 86 points in the first half, well, then yeah, they could win that. They could win tonight's game.